Yes, we are live. So I thought that we should quickly look at something before I begin my proper live every day that I do every evening, later on in the evening where my guests will be joining me. But let's look at some issues that we may need to be talking about right now. As Rivers Assembly begins impeachment process of Fubara deputy, serves allegation of gross misconduct. We'll be looking at that conversation very soon. And then we'll also be looking at other issues that surrounds the impeachment of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Rivers crisis, don't sign those bills. Eze tells Fubara as 27 lawmakers accord immunity to themselves. And we'll also be looking at full list of allegations against Governor Fubara and his deputy. Rivers crisis, lawmaker pick holes in Fubara claims open up on alleged impeachment moves, indefinite suspension. That we'll be looking at too. And then the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, eventually responds to the lawmakers. We'll look at all of these and more after this break. So you want to stay with us then. But most importantly, we'll be looking at the chief judge of the Rivers State. What are the options open to Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State? What may be the different options or tactics of the pro-Wike led assembly? What are they going to eventually do? These and others will be looking at, because there must be many options open to the others, right? We'll look at those immediately after this break. Stay with us. You're welcome back. This is Updates with Precious. And of course, I'm always excited to be with you to tell you things happening in Nigeria and for us to together look at issues that's got to do with Nigeria, especially as it's got to do with government actions, government policies, actions and inactions, what they do and don't do, and how it affects me and you. Well, every time I forget I'm supposed to speak pidgin English, I'm supposed to bring them down well. So earlier today, maybe not surprising to a lot of us, we did hear that the Rivers State House of Assembly has begun moves to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State and his deputy governor Ngozi Odu by issuing a notice of alleged gross misconduct against them. Now, in compliance with Section 188, the letter reads, in compliance with Section 188 of the Constitution, I think it's even better that I put that up so that we'll be seeing it, so that as we read them, they on a self go to read them, and I go to read them from on about. So let's say that here. I wish I can move this to the side. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can move this to the side so that we can let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go. All right. So let's go with the conversation. Okay. All right, so let's continue with the conversation. So yes, so earlier today, in compliance, according to the House, the letter reads that in compliance with Section 188 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and other extant laws, we, the undersigned members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, hereby forward to you a notice of gross misconduct, that is a anyhow behavior. That is what it means, by the governor of Rivers State in the performance of the function of his office, and the documents for the said that a cited reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds contrary to sections 120 section 120, I think section 121 subsection 1, 2 and section 122 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, as raising for the impeachment notice. Now, Miss Odu was accused of similar offenses too. The Rivers Parliament, led by Martin Amehula, loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike, transmitted the notice after passing a resolution raising the impeachment allegation. Now, the lawmakers also directed the Assembly clerk to publish the letter allegations of gross misconduct against Ms. Fubara and Ms. Odu in at least 3 national newspapers in line with Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution. So as it is right now, this letter of impeachment has been, or impeachment notice as some would call it, has been served on the governor. So what is the outcome of this service of impeachment now would let you know. We'll go enter inside the cooker of the matter and we'll go x-ray waiting this week of lawmakers they try do. Waiting will be the outcome of waiting they try do and how it will take pan out at the end of the day. And if they succeed, waiting be the likelihood of things if it happen. The chief judge of the states, where in day now, how possibly they say in go fit quickly constitute the 7-man panel we're supposed to oversee this gross misconduct and eventually recommend the sacking or the impeachment of the governor. All of this we'll get into, but let's just x-ray the conversation in its totality. So moving on, let's look at a full list of the allegations that they wrote to him. Now, one, that His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, refused to present the Rivers State Appropriation Bill 2024 to the Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 12, subsection 1-2 of the Constitution, and disobeyed the order of the Federal High Court in suit, which declared that, thus, as it stands in law, no appropriation bill of Rivers State has been presented, neither has any of such bill been passed into law as the purported presentation, passage, and signing into law of the appropriation bill 2025 of Rivers State is void ab initio, and ordered to him to present the appropriation bill 2024 in the House or before the House. Let's tackle this matter. Make we tackle this one first of all. They say one, say no present the appropriation bill. Now, after the Supreme Court judgment, we mandate and say make you go present appropriation bill. Oga enter road, say make I begin start to present this appropriation bill. He writes letter to the Rivers State House of Assembly members. Also publish them for news dailies. It circulates all over social media. Now, the argument of this House of Assembly members now say no. Say them no see the letter where he writes. Say they no see the letter where he writes to them. Then pick holes for everything we do. Say how in go talk, say he send letter to them. Say they no see the, in fact, one of the speaker, the spokesperson of the House talk say, what's in the name again? I'll try to get his name. The spokesperson to the House, the Rivers State House of Assembly Committee on Inflation, and spokesperson to the House, Honorable Enemi George. He talk a lot of things. So he say, we have been begging the governor to bring the budget, and if he has not done that, the governor claimed he wrote to us and then tried to access the House of Assembly quarters to present the budget. And then we locked him outside. Saying what the governor claimed that he said that is totally untrue. There was no time the governor wrote to the House of Assembly, the letter where me and you see, just like when they see this, their impeachment notice now against them. And so we also see the letter where the governor writes, Abi. He said there is no time the governor wrote to us. He said, especially when he presented a supplementary budget. As he claimed, he has been writing to the House of Assembly, especially when he presented the supplementary budget. And then he requested that we screen his commissioners. It is simple and straightforward process. Nothing is different now. The first time his aide said they sent a letter through WhatsApp. It is not done. And even at that, there was no such thing. That's a say that they deny, say the governor aide no send them any notice, he no write anything through WhatsApp, he no do anything. But the governor, Chokam, say then try to even reach the Speaker of the House, Martin Amewola, several occasions. Martin Amewola no agree pick the governor call, he no agree respond to the governor's messages, he no agree answer him in any way. That was why the governor said that he had to go to the assembly quarters. Now, they also expressed concern over the assembly quarters. Say the governor bulldozed the assembly quarters. When he did so, say them, as they don't get what they stay now, say what did they stay now? They are living residential quarters where they're supposed to get as assembly members. And as assembly members, say then they're mandated by the law to agree on where they go stay, they make laws. So as all of them sit down, agree, so see where they go stay, they make their laws. They begin use that venue to they make their laws. And this venue, where do they use they make their laws? Now the banquet hall of their residential area. And now there they use make laws. So either they use the banquet hall of their residential areas, they make law. Say the governor no get the right to come to barge into their place anyhow. But the governor said he wrote to you. Now, the same way you said you have served him impeachment notice. Now, how about if he pretends like he didn't see the impeachment notice? What's go happen? Make we go further to the other things and where they say the full list of what's they say into again. So the first one I say serve present the 2024 budget, where everybody knows say he tried to go present them, they no make themselves available. He even tried as much as possible to access the assembly quarters, but he could not. I think I have a footage of him trying to access the assembly quarters. People try to play him again.
All right, okay. Nobody.
So this was the governor and assembly quarters trying to brief president.
I'm here myself this morning. Members of to comply with the Supreme Court judgment. Before my arrival, there's several attempts by phone call to reach the speaker and other members. I also did a letter personally which was transmitted to the Honorable Speaker for this particular invitation. But it's unfortunate that at the gate, you can see that the place is completely sealed and there's no sign that anything is going to happen today. The reason why we're doing this, I've always said it, is the interests of our people, which is the most important thing. Well, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Maybe they are working on their letter. I expect to hear from them maybe after this hour. Thank you. Thank you.
Interesting. Now, here is the governor claiming that perhaps in the work on the letter, maybe they go here, saying they expect to hear from them in a couple of time and all that. But here, they claim, say, they don't even get any letter from the governor at all. Say the governor no consult them the way he's supposed to consult them. They could not forget the fact, say, the person, people they talk, say, the person where they act through this House of Assembly members. Now, of course, former Governor Wike. And people they talk, so of course, with the backing of the president, because if you look at waiting transpire when the PANDEF, people, Niger Delta elder statesmen visits the president last week, when he talks, say, just tell Fubara to obey the rule of law. But people come and talk, say, excuse me, obey the rule of law. A speaker was impeached in Lagos State House of Assembly by majority of the Lagos State House of Assembly members then. And why the speaker not remain impeached? Especially because they go through legal procedures and the right procedure to impeach him. Why you not remain impeached? Why all of them go visit you and you not tell them, say, obey the rule of law or obey the rule, the order, the way it did? Why did you not tell them that no, Obasa must be reinstated? And we started hearing talk for corner say, oh, you even talk, say, now the governor if follow put hand for inside that impeachment with impeach Obasa and say the governor be like say don't they get too much power. But why he reach for River State now the rule of law now go be? In what ways, in how many ways don't obey the rule of law for inside this Nigeria? Well, I could go to the second thing where basically the House accused the River State governor on. Now, remember, say when they come to the chief judge, now I said that His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, Governor of River State, authorized or approved withdrawals from the Consolidated Revenue Fund River State in the 2024 financial year of River State without an appropriation law duly passed by the River State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 120 of the Constitution. Bottom line, saying that the River State governor accessed money from the River State account to use, make the state function without telling them. At that time, remember that their legality or the whether or not they still be legal members of the House based on their impeachment, still they court, still they in contention. So maybe now we see, I don't know why the governor no can take permission from them. Now we see they talk. And we could look for that. They said the number 3 crime where he commits and say that His Excellency Governor Fubara violated Section 122 of the Constitution by authorizing expenditures from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State, even after the Rivers State House of Assembly declared a shutdown of Rivers State government expenditure. In a resolution passed at the 4th legislative day of the second session of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly, which held on Monday, the 15th day of July 2024, thereby relegating the constitutional resolution passed by the House of to the background. Then another one, what they say that on Friday, 28th of February 2025, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, before their lordships, Owani, Moses, he named all the people they went sit down for inside the matter, restored the judgment of the Federal High Court in suit number in which confirmed that Sir Siminalayi Fubara, Governor of Rivers State, never presented an appropriation bill for 2024, still does not have an appropriation law for 2025. So ordered that the Central Bank of Nigeria, Accountant General of the Federation, should forthwith stop releasing any paying to the government of Rivers State, its organs, departments, and officials, and money belonging to Rivers State until an appropriation law is made by Rivers State House of Assembly, which brings us back to what the governor tried to do. Now, because the governor won't obey this Supreme Court judgment, the governor tried in best to make sure, say, a right to the House of Assembly members to present the budget or to represent the budget. Now, one of the arguments where the spokesperson to the House talk, the spokesperson to the Assembly members talk, he say, how you go say he won't represent budget, come meet them like that. Say then tell them, say immediately the Supreme Court judgment, they resume, after the Supreme Court judgment and they resume sitting, then give them 48 hours to represent the budget. Why you not represent them within 48 hours? How people now say, how do you give a governor 48 hours to represent a budget? He go prepare himself. He has other executive functions that he may be performing. Now, the argument now say, if he be say this budget, in talk, in claim, saying don't present them before the Oko Jumbo led speaker, be led assembly before. That means the budget is already ready. The only thing he has to do is just to gather the budget from where he packed from before. Can't represent today. Now he make 48 hours, no day too short for him to present them. But then the governor's team and the governor and his team may also have the argument that, excuse me, if you just give me governor 48 hours ultimatum anyhow. I did find that video when you some wicked been don't talk before. Say, how do you just give a governor 48 hours notice? You cannot just give a governor 48 hours notice like that. If you give governor 48 hours, look, go listen to where you're
threatening government. You're wasting your time. I don't know why people don't even know who they're dealing with. Me, threatening me 48 hours. Instead of you to come to government. What is the problem? What happened? Into threatening government, ultimatum. Under fire you and ultimatum.
So we're here at a time when we can almost did the same circumstance or situation. How in response to that kind of ultimatum of 48 hours that was given to him. Now, what would you have had Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of the state, do differently? I would make this conversation as, this topic as conversational as possible, so you can jump in and call in and join me on the live to contribute on the show. But let's go to the other thing too. Then when it gets to when it comes to the one way we say, then the people they talk say this, the House of Assembly members they talk say, the CBN don't stop, or Supreme Court don't stop allocation for inside the state. Even Wike also had something to say back in the days when he would complain about stopping allocation for inside government. Let could go listen to where he talking before, because be like say Wike gets backup for every talk where he say they happen now when they don't talk before for the past. Listen
when you're frozen the accounts of the state, it means that the state does no longer exist. Because how can a state function when there are no funds? So once you shut down a government, you did not shut down an arm of government. You shut down the three arms of government. That is executive, legislature, and judiciary.
All right, so that is it. And then now, this not in my own response to react to something like this, we get to do with perhaps shutting down the account of the state or stopping funds from account of the state, allocation from the state, and all of those. But make we look another thing where the crime where we say these lawmakers say Governor Siminalayi Fubara commits. He say hindering or obstructing the River State House of Assembly, which is another arm of government protected by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, so amended, from performing their functions. Say it stopped them from performing their functions. They also say, in fact, the whole thing, whether the crime, where they say committee, plenty, all of them in number, they like how many? They about 17, 18. About 18 crime where they say he commits. He said His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, GSSR Governor, River State, withheld the salary of the lawmakers, the clerk, the National Assembly members, contrary to the Constitution. The Governor of River State seized funds standing to the credit of River State House of Assembly since the month of April. His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, Governor of River State, seized salaries of some members of the River State House of Assembly. He said the state, His Excellency River State Governor, Governor of River State, engaged Mr. Goodlife Ben as chairman, Emmanuel Jaja, Betty Warmate, Jerome Chineme, Prince, name all of them one by one, as service commissions as River State local government service commissions, without screening from them will be the House of Assembly members. I also say His Excellency, he do waiting again, say he illegally swear in one Mr. Lawrence Oko Jaja, their colleague will be the full assembly member as chairman. NS Ibekwe, okay, yeah, Oko Jaja, okay, no be Oko Jumbo, okay. NS Ibekwe, Mina, he just named them plenty. For inside the River State Bureau of Public Procurement, they say he swear them in illegally because they no pass through them. He also said the governor illegally swear in several other persons who were purportedly confirmed by certain individuals for appointment into the River State Executive Council. He also said the governor failed to forward the name of nominees for appointment as Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of the state. So because of that, he failed law. Then talk a lot of things we say do. I just to make I outline these things and wouldn't accuse them of. They say the governor of River State made several appointments which are in contempt of the Federal High Court in a judgment delivered. He named the suit that prohibited him from dealing with any other person of the any other persons or house other than the River State House of Assembly led by Honorable Martin Amewule. He said the appointment of persons to occupy office positions in the River State government without allowing for the requirement of screening and confirmation as prescribed by the Constitution. Contoc say the Supreme Court, federal government of Nigeria did what again? Took judicial notice of the illegal demolition and condemned the action of the River State governor, where it started that. Surprisingly, he said on 13th of December 2023, that one happened. So they name all of these things where EB say he do. However, some people don't they advise the governor, but so we could take a look at some advice where they advise them. Remember, we're also going to look at the options open to the governor, the options open to the Wike-led team, and how eventually this impeachment will use pan out, as according to sources and waiting people then don't talk so far. So we could look at some advice and where people don't already advise the governor on what he fit do or fit not do like this. So a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, NPDP, Chief Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, has lambasted the Martin Amewule-led 27 lawmakers of the Assembly for passing a bill accordingly to immunity for themselves. Then pass a bill where give themselves immunity, then indict the governor of all these charges. Now, according to Eze, this particular act by Wike's loyalists showed that they are ignorant of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He said passing 3 bills by the House of Assembly exposes them not only as being selfish, but as undemocratic elements under a curse. Now, the lawmakers had passed 3 bills, which include the River State House of Assembly Power and Privileges Bill. Bill will consign them all quickly. They're making bills in their own favor. Now, this bill seeks to grant the House powers, privileges, and immunity to perform its legislative duties. The River State Independent Electoral Commission RISEC Bill 2025, which seeks to repeal the existing state electoral law of 2028 and reenact a new one to provide for the establishment, composition, and functions of the commission. We're going to allow them, the assembly members, deal with these people anyhow where they like, you know. And the River State Local Government Bill 2025, which seeks to repeal the state local government law and 2023 and 2025 to reenact a new local government law that will be in sync with contemporary laws in the administration of law. Now, that River State Local Government law, basically, it states, say, if local government, elected local government officials, they in power until another election is conducted. If another election never be conducted, say those local government officials, even though say their tenure don't pass, they go fit remain in office for another 6 months until they conduct election, which means that these people now are hell-bent to bring back this other local government chairman that Wike, during Wike's tenure, where be say their tenure don't pass, aka Ishi them and the rest of them. Now, this is advice where be say that they give Sim Fubara. They tell and say, no, say these laws then where be say, remember that these bills and when they pass now, it cannot remain a bill until the governor consents to them. Enough remain bill. Now, this move by the lawmakers, as I said, has shown that they are bathing in the ocean of trepidation and have a myopic grasp of wordings and letters of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so amended. And then for the House to seek immunity in order for them to carry out their clandestine duties shows they either don't understand the Constitution that granted immunity only to the president, vice president, governors, and the deputies, as they have become democratic despots in the making. So he can't tell Fubara, say, no, sign that bill. He said, without missing words, Wike and his rampaging yes sir lawmakers are navigating their way through the body language of Tinubu. How can the rule of law, which President Tinubu has insisted should take preeminence, apply only to Fubara, while the same maxim, rule of law, is not applicable to the erratic lawmakers? So as I said. So why Ibe say the rule of law now only to Wike, to Fubara, and the rule of law no play out to the lawmakers or to the Wike team? So it be like say now then be Alpha and now then be Omega. So let's go into other issues. Now the Rivers State government has accused, that is Fubara don't talk today. They don't accuse the assembly of obstructing Governor Siminalayi Fubara from fully implementing the Supreme Court judgment. Now, speaking at a press briefing today for inside Port Harcourt, the State Commissioner for Information, Joseph Johnson, stated that the Governor Fubara had remained committed to implementing the court verdict despite its unfavorable outcome. Now, let's look at options that are possible. We do know that today, the Chief Judge of River State don't detrained. The allegations, so if you say this and the 7 lawmakers, then don't get on top of the Chief Judge head. One, I say falsify in age. Say, oh, it be like saying forging age. Now, is it that these people did not know before now, say the Chief Judge age, they falsified? How many, if Ibisen are true, that is, if it is true, we're analyzing the situation now. So why Ibisen are now, when they know, say the Chief Judge know they on their side, but they don't on Fubara's side. Now Ibisen, the falsification of the age go be new thing. Is the Chief Judge of River State the only appointee or political person where be say don't get age issue, or the only person waiting for Nigeria where don't get age-related issue for inside government? Why it be say the Chief Judge age issue go be a problem at this point in time? Where make it be say they find waiting to pin them down with? Because obviously, looking at it now, it be like say the idea now to look for something to hold an albatross, something like that, or perhaps an albatross, an Achilles heel, to just pinch up for where say go pin up for him Achilles heel, so that in go obey, in go tilt towards them or obey their law. Because how else could you bring up an issue like this at this time when it be say on a get plan to impeach the governor? Now, this is how impeachment works. As they don't serve this notice now, at the end of the day, they will go through the procedure. Now, the governor of what did they call him? The Chief Judge of the state get, I think, within 14 days or so, to set up a panel, a 7-man panel, where they say go sit down, look at all this accusation, where they don't summer for the governor head. When they don't look at the accusation, now then go come prescribe action to say all this accusation against them not true. And because they're not true, may the law take its course. We recommend in sacking, impeachment, because the law must follow the law, or then go exonerate them. Now, whereas, and it is fully within the discretion of the Chief Judge to pick the 7-man committee. It is fully within the discretion of the Chief Judge to pick this 7-man committee, where go see through this impeachment, where these Wike lawmakers now don't serve the governor. Now, since the Chief Judge no day on the side of these Wike lawmakers now, what are we going to do? Now, there are things that even the Chief Judge and the governor may likely do. One of the things now, okay, let's continue with what the pro-Wike group may do. Pro-Wike group now, me, I'm a Rivers girl, so I do know Rivers woman, as you like it. Now, me knowing how dirty politics is in Nigeria, and especially the Rivers State politics, there may be some options open to them. One, now to look for a bad thing where you say the Chief Judge don't do before. Use them, tell and say, August, where you? Bobby, you see, we'll get this thing about you. So if you know, say, you know what, make you cast down, make sure, say, you play to our game and play to our dates. And then the chief judge no go get choice but to play the game to their deal. Another one to say, to look for something to blackmail him with, and he plays it again. The worst case scenario, maybe, God forbid, to buy him, or maybe to kidnap him, carry him, go where he be say, then go hold them down to do their BD. Now, if they do any of these things, what should the chief judge do? It's either the chief judge should be relocated to a safe place that I cannot tell or I may not know. A place may be provided for him by the governor of the state or by himself, if he wants to be very neutral. A place either somewhere outside the country, somewhere. Now, traveling outside the country may be very dicey for the chief judge because he will pass through the airports. And of course, we know, say, with the look of things now, waiting to happen for River State, get the backing of the federal government. That is what everyone is saying. I didn't say it. Because if these things, when they happen, no get the backing of the federal government, it no go happen. And these pro-Wike lawmakers, they do the things that they do because they know, say, they get the backing of their Oga with the Abuja, and the Oga with the Abuja get backing from Aso Rock. You may wonder why, okay, maybe somebody like President Bola Tinubu may support all of these kind of issues. It just takes a Wike to perhaps make a phone call to President Tinubu, telling President Tinubu, you're supporting, you don't want me to get rid of this boy. You don't know that this boy cannot have a structure for you in 2027. He may be using our political opponents in River State against us so that they will be the one that would be in charge in 2027. If he gets political opponents like people of Abiye Sekibor, like Lee Meeba, like all of those people, then we be say na heavy political opponents them, then go use those people. The mention of those people alone, knowing say those people like Omeya them, and all of those, knowing say those people feel no day in the camp of presidents and may never support or encourage voting President Bola Tinubu in 2027. If you just use this one now, threaten or tell the president, say these people cannot be in your favor, so let's make sure we grab it, let's take it. So the president go say, how can Fubara want to do this? Because president, a person will be saying, cherish loyalty. If you look at the way he has served in Lagos State and the way we be say, anytime when they sing that mandate, you shall stand, the president is smiling. You go not say our president like loyalty well. So this is analyzing the situation. And President Bola Tinubu is somebody who understands power and he knows how to use power very well. So now these are the options open to him. Once somebody like Wike don't tell him, say, this young man, he don't do this or he don't do that, you go use our opponents them like Omeya, like Lee Meeba, like Abiye Sekibor them against us. So we could find way come out. Once the president hears this, the president is likely to give Wike all of the backing and support that he needs to oust what did they call him? To come out to come out Fubara from power. Now, these are options open to him. So when this happens, where do we now leave the people of River State? That's my question. But before we continue with more options that are available, perhaps if they kidnap the chief judge, what's going to happen if they kidnap the chief judge, and then waiting the Fubara people to feed do, or the chief judge himself feed do, I could tell on more, but make I just go remind on waiting it be say a job boys them talk when it be say that they want Wike, make it be say it no dare to impeach Fubara. After this break, we're gonna go watch him at the
Nami, Commander, no good advice. Now, in Niger Delta grand fighters. You come outside today because it's something that make us come outside. And what make us come outside is our state, River State. And this River State will be our state, so we're not going to live for anybody. Sim don't give us peace for River State. But some people will say they don't want that peace. As you see us, so we get joy. No, as someone, we don't get joy. We didn't try creed before. But today, Sim say, we can come outside, come make the state day in order. But one person saying no go agree. When he mean they disturb him? No. When he mean they worry him? No. He never will stand up pass. None at same time. Now you know what you ask him to rule the state in peace. So now they seize our location. If they don't release those money, that location no PM. We, Niger Delta grand fighters, we go vandalize every pipeline. Peace no good deal. Asawana. Federal government, should call Wike in order, or else then we have from us. Asawana. Boo.
Stand back for this state. No bank.
Okay, so we don't hear them. So I understand. I sure someone I don't understand waiting make this thing they heated like this. So for those of you who may be wondering why this Niger Delta Grand Fighters or whatever they call themselves may have responded this way, I'm gonna listen to that media chat where we can get where it talk about the Ijaw nationality. Just make I give one a reminder again. Now, Wike they make and look like say now a favor now you do Ijaw people by bringing their brother or their sons in their life Fubara to be governor of Rivers State because he feels that he so handedly appointed Sim Fubara as a Rivers governor. That's why he's really pained that Sim betrayed him because he not be election again. Now he handpicked Sim make a governor. And not there in Grouse Bay. So he even went as far as saying that Ijaw people cannot say that they want to be governor in Rivers State, that it cannot be them alone that will be governor in Rivers State, because if them be governor for Rivers State, say the only place they can be governor is only in Bayelsa State, because they cannot be governor in Akwa Ibom State, which is Niger Delta. They can't be in Cross River State. They can't be in Delta State because they're minority in Delta State. They can't be in Edo State. But in Rivers State, are Ijaws really the minority? That's a question you ask. Because if you look at the people, the group will make up the Ijaw ethnic nationality for Rivers State, I don't talk about before, say the Kwere people make up only 4 local government areas for Rivers State. In fact, 3.5, because they did the Emoha, the Kwere, the Obiakpo local government, and part of the Port Harcourt local government area. The other parts, now between them and Okreka people, now in the share. But you get a whole lot of other local government areas. You get the Ogubolo, the Okreka, the Kala, the Boni, the Opobonkoro. Even I heard that people say they call themselves Ijaw people. The Asoritoro, the Degema, plenty of them. So about 7-8 local governments, which are Ijaw speaking local governments. How do you now call these people minority like Wike called them in this interview? Listen to it.
All this and the law speaks. All law speaks. Law speaks. All this Asawana will die. And law speaks. All this Asawana will die. And the law has spoken. And all this and let me tell you something. And people should have that right. Ijaw does not constitute the majority of the Niger Delta. People must speak the truth. Heaven will not fall. You only die once, not 2 times. Ijaw does not constitute the majority of the Niger Delta. What nonsense every day you wake up? Ijaw will do this. In Akwa Ibom, Ijaw cannot be governor. In Delta, Ijaw is the minority of the minority. With all due respect to our late elder statesman, Edwin Clark, he's from Delta. He had never produced Ijaw man to the governor of Delta. He had never. The only place Ijaw man can solely be governor is in Bayelsa State. Not in Edo, not in Rivers, a minority of the minority. Out of our own benevolence, live and let live.
All right, so you don't hear that one. Say now, out of their own benevolence, who's benevolence now? Who's benevolence now? That of Wike or that of the people of Ikore generally? Well, that's a question we be say I no go fit answer here. So I'd rather like you to jump in on the conversation, make you feel to answer these questions then one by one. But before you go there to answer the questions, today there was an interview on TVC when you be say the interview somebody where be say a River State stakeholder too, Jack Rich. I think Suboma Jack Rich and he gets this to talk. Because I think the presenters were worried about what the Niger Delta youths have been saying about bombing and blasting the pipelines and all of those, especially national assets. This now we didn't get to talk.
The major thing is the State Assembly should adhere to the directives of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gave 3 major rulings. The major areas that I talked about is first, the presentation of the appropriation bill to the Assembly. Secondly, that the governor should recognize the Amewule-led Assembly. Thirdly, that the governor should the assembly to sit unhindered, inclusive of both the Okojombo-led assembly and call it obiter dictum. It means that these are just mere words. That is, part of the judgment. It's not a judgment, but it is something mere word that was said after the judgment and can be challenged in court. And that word cannot stand. The major thing that was addressed is representation of the budget, that of the recognition of Amero-led ESCO, and the inclusion and the sitting of the other assemblies. So the Amero-led legislative assembly members are running away from the presentation of the budget deliberately because their paymaster must have directed them not to receive it, just to frustrate the governance, to frustrate governance in the state, so that there will be static. The government will be, will be static. There will be no functionality. There will be no expenditure. That way, most of the people will be, will be compared.
All right, so you don't hear him as he be saying himself carry talk as it is and what they happen for inside Rivers State. By the way, I just posted something on the comment section. Kindly look at the post on the comment section. I've pinned it. You can click on that link on that post to just access the studio directly and drop your thoughts and reactions on the conversations that we're having this afternoon. So make we go back to look at the possibility of waiting feel likely happen or these options. I did tell you that one of the options open to the lawmakers, I said that it's either to look for something to blackmail the chief judge with so that he go feed them, or worst case scenario, maybe kidnap them so that they go hold them captive till he do their bidding. And if they hold them captive, that means he go fit do their bidding. Or maybe then carry the lawmaker, the chief judge now maybe fit come up for inside the state, on your own part. But to come up for inside the state, you need to pass the borders. And since the federal government clearly is in favor of Wike right now, that means all the federal government parastatals now and agencies then go there on alert, they wait for the chief judge to pass through the borders to come out. So leaving the shores of the country may not be the right thing for the chief judge to do at this point. That means he has 14 days or thereabout to constitute a 7-man panel to see through these allegations with BC. They don't line up for the governor. Now, waiting go make and constitute this 7-man panel, get members of the panel will go favor the Wike-led team. That is a question. That is a big question. So rather, what's in they won't do now? That's why they brought up the case of his age falsification. Say, oh, he faking age, carry real age, enter and all of that. So that they even declare, say, oh, the chief judge where they there right now in the first place, they qualified because of saying fake in age. So because of that, even they qualified to be chief judge. That means he cannot even constitute the 7-man panel. Maybe at that time they will come, bring out their own chief judge when they feel, say they're competent enough to serve as interim chief judge, to constitute the panel to see through the impeachment of Fubara. I don't know how that's going to work out, but these are options open to him. But on the side of the chief judge, what did he be saying if he do now? First of all, how the governor go fit use ensure say the chief judge they safe now to make sure say in day ready, in go day in a safe place, still in fit constituting 7-member panel. Remember, say till the chief judge constitute the 7-member panel, now it be say if he know they safe from the assembly. But once in constitute that panel, it don't wash your hand come up for the matter. It is now within the prerogative of those 7-member panel to now choose what they want to do and what they no go do. Whether they want to tilt towards Wike or they want to tilt towards the governor of the state. Now, remember, say when they talk about a country where we say everybody get a prize. So how it be say Sim Fubara now go fit trust the 7-man panel, even though they being people now enough for him. What thing he go fit give them? Where he be say go there enough for them not to collect more, or not for the opposition team to double up for them, enough for them to throw him under the bus. This is a very dicey situation. Very, very dicey situation. Now it is now the responsibility of the governor to ensure he safeguards and keeps the chief judge safe. Not just keeping the chief judge safe, keeping him and his family safe. Because God forbid, person if he kidnap the chief judge family, use a blackmailer. Tell us, say, if you don't do our bid, they will need to do this one for you. And the chief judge will be in trouble. Once anything will affect the chief judge, warrior, if he just decide to succumb to pressure, because he's human at the end of the day, whether it is right or wrong, not be everybody fits face pressure. And then secondly, what Fubara fit also do now to make sure, another thing the governor is not doing that I wish he was doing was to make noise about the work he's doing across all media platforms. So the only thing we see majorly about the governor right now this fight with the in Oga will be Wike. I wish the governor was making noise about the works he's been doing, so that make it be say that work will come serve as sympathy for him, for people to come push support for him well. Because days you remember, say this case now, everybody gets a prize. Not be people like Ojukaye Flagamakri, will be Wike die-hard fan before. Now don't the drum support now for will be Amechi die-hard fan before. What said all sorts of things about Wike before. Is he not the person that is not in support of Wike? Everybody gets prize. So because of the prize, so they don't give that one now. So if like say don't play to the gallery, get your own prize. So who know the prize where they will give this 7-man panel where be say the chief judge will constitute? And who know whether they go feel withstand and get the stamina to withstand the pressure for when it be say the time come to use, do the right thing. Now, when this 7-man panel eventually, the good thing is that if they eventually judge in favor of the governor and say that all these things then will be say the House of Assembly bring before him, then throw one for corner say na null and void. Guess what? It remains null and void. The good thing is that it's not even contestable in court anymore. So the court no fee revisits this case. Say, the assembly members or weekend of can go court. Say, I hereby go to court to say that the 7-man panel were partial. They did not look at the matter well. No. Once the 7-man panel talk and give out their verdict, it remains so. And on these different grounds where they don't lay out, so we make them use the impeach the governor. Guess what? The assembly members don't feel raise this kind of issues again to use impeach them next time. That matter don't die. So right now, it's a do or die affair for both parties. You can ask lawyers, I'm sure they'll tell you. So it's a do or die affair for both parties because these lawmakers, aka Wike guys, say, if them get him wrong by not getting the right 7-man panel to sit to dismiss him, it is done. They cannot revisit this case again. They cannot take it to court. Sim would have to rule the state, whether they like it or not, even though they may try to make the state ungovernable for him, but he would be their governor till next election, perhaps. Or maybe they'll come look for another allegation where they could put for your head. That's what they may likely do. So they must get it right. And on the other hand, if they can't get him right, and they impeach him, bygone don't become bygone, then what becomes the peace of River State should that happen? Now let's look at it. Remember that this impeachment notice is served to not just the governor, but the governor and his deputy. His deputy is an Ikwere woman. The governor is an Ijaw man. Let's leave it that way. And that means if the two of them are impeached, now Martin Amehule, where be the Speaker of the House, now he will become the governor of River State. That is another Ikwere man. Ikwere man Amechi did 8 years. Ikwere man Wike did 8 years. Martin Amehula may likely do the next 2.5 years. Another Ikwere man. How do you think the Ijaw people and other ethnic nationalities in River State will feel about this? This, now another matter again entirely, because that is why it looks like he's brewing a lot of tension in River State. So I thought to explain this to us so that we'll understand what is really going on in River State and make we understand, so that we'll go fit the politically aware and enlightened about what's in the happen for inside River State. So as it take be like this now, it be like say River State people just sit between the devil and the deep blue sea because they don't even know where they at all. Now, as it take me like this, we will just pray for people of River State, even though prayer is not enough, or perhaps to just compel the president to just get his hand off what is happening in River State, because a lot of people, they think, say, that because of the support, when they support the Wike team, now what to make Wike people date so resilient. By the way, speaking about support, the CUPP guys that don't come out, control support for Siminalayi Fubara. This now what they get to do. Some members of the House, the National Assembly, the House of Representatives.
Everything, there's nothing that can remove Fubara. If that's what is pinching him, getting him frustrated, he should be ready to get more frustrated. That budget, when they finish running, they will receive the budget. At least the whole world have seen that Fubara has implemented the judgment of the Supreme Court. The council chairmen are gone, election dates have been fixed, budget is ready, presentation. The governor has gone after writing the House of Assembly. House of Assembly ran under the bed in their quarters because a master called them from Abuja. And you think the state will continue to wait for you? People of Rivers will continue to wait for you on this insult with those lawmakers? No. The state and the people are taking notes. And there will be political consequences for this decision to go to the extent of wanting to bring down your own state, starve the people, and create anarchy. So we have complied on the issue of local government. They are now trying to obstruct the election. But I want to tell Rivers people, continue your lobbying for the election, continue your consultation, continue your campaign. The election will hold on August 9th as spelled out.
Yes. So that's now as it gets to do with the governor, the cancellation of the local government election where the governor been due, and then to redo another one where you don't give notice already. Say it will happen, I think, sometime in August, 19th of August or thereabouts, where be say it will happen. So with all of this going on now, waiting be the peace we go day for River State. Now, people like I take a Tom day for River State, I think you just keep quiet, he never talk. Person when they talk since Nasari Dokubo, but I think it may likely as an German tilt towards the Siminalayi Fubara's angle. Even though say he once also worked with Wike, he may likely tilt towards Sim Fubara. So if I take a tilt towards Sim Fubara, we have an Asari Dokubo tilt towards Fubara, and a Jack Rich tilt towards Sim Fubara. That is most of the Joe forces tilt towards Sim Fubara. We know exactly how dangerous and deadly the Niger Delta was, and these militants were before they give them amnesty. Let's not even brag about it. What's it be named? Asari Dokubo is in hand talk, say in that time where did they do that local government election where you talk, say helicopter just rove around the house, rove around and say the federal government no say get the capacity to shoot them down. Say it get the capacity to shoot down any army aircraft. Say it get the capacity. Did the federal government respond to him and try to apprehend him? No, they didn't. Perhaps because they know he actually does have the capacity. Let's even look at our military force. The Nigerian military, the Nigerian security force generally, they understaff right now. We get war with Boko Haram, they go on for northeast. We get another war with bandits, they go on for northwest. We get the war where they feel say they fight with IPOB people them for inside southeast. So where it be say you won't come on military from now, can't enter inside Niger Delta to come fight war? That's the question where it be say a lot of people know fit answer. Because if you look at this Niger Delta people, if you look at their antecedents and what they don't do before, we know so they get very sophisticated armory too on their own. How you go fit use disarm them? We know what happened when some military people were dropping out during that Yaradua's administration. Are we going to get back to those days again? How do we ensure we quell that violence or quell the violence when it eventually escalates? Remember how we hear say people bring in bandits into this country to win election. After they don't use them win election, now they know people shoot them again. So do you also cause a fight that when you cause the fight finish, you go get the capacity to calm the fight down, or you go cause a fight where you be say after you cause the fight, at the end of the day, the fights go continue and you know go fit calm and down or quell the fight? These are issues and questions that begs for answers where we no get answers to. By the way, you can join in the conversation right now. The link to the studio is on the pinned post. The pinned post by the comment where I put for the comment section. If you're on the pinned comment for the comment section, kindly join. Click on that link. You go directly straight into the house, into the studio, and you go join the conversation. Or you call the WhatsApp number where they open to you for inside. The WhatsApp number is also on that pinned post. So you can just call the WhatsApp number and join the conversation. The WhatsApp number is 0817-029-4077. Or just click on that pinned post and click on the link in the pinned post, and then you can join the conversation and you'll be with me in the studio and you can share your thoughts and reactions. Me who knows all this matter them take do you for body. Now, speaking about governance and all that, now all this quest for holding power, waiting EBCEB, if the administration don't do too well, if government don't do very well, why should the government want to ensure that they grab as many states as possible if they feel like they've done well? Or perhaps they've really done well. Let's go and listen to the son of the president, where the son of the president today said a lot on what he thinks his father has done and done right and done very well. In fact, he said the father is the greatest president for the history of Nigeria, and he don't do so well. I been make a tell on more when he talk. Tinubu, the son of the president, he talk and he say in papa na the greatest president when Nigeria don't ever get for history. For inside video where they go around. She come make remark addressing some youths them for inside that Adamawa State. Now I address them. He say before no be about politics, but say they come for him. They come for a family. They come for your father, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's what you talk. He say if father said say in Papa leadership they praise in Papa leadership, say, they prioritize youth empowerment and economic growth. In Papa leadership, prioritize youth empowerment and economic growth. And I go help me to think. You can't say the only president, Papa, the only president that has kept your people at home. Say he don't keep on our people for home. From when he was governor to when he became president, the only president that considers youth, the only president that created a platform for young people to fly, considers youths in Lagos State, youths in Lagos State, youths in Lagos State, youths. Okay, at the thinker. Now, the only president that created an economy that has benefited everybody, the only president that is not trying to enrich his own pocket. Not trying to enrich his own pocket. You bought a yacht, you bought an Escalade, you bought a jet. Till now, you never tell us where the money come out from. You bring money to use buy cars for the office of the first lady when the constitutional, but not enriching his own pocket. Okay, sorry, move go on. So Sheyi he talk a lot of things. In fact, Mo could go listen to him. Say sometimes it better more hear from the horse's mouth go because they say python will be lizard where one person see they become a python. Let's hear him say this.
They keep coming for my family. They keep coming for your father. They keep coming for Ashwaju, Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. The only president that has carried young people along from when he was governor to when he became the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. The only president that has carried young people along from when he was governor to when he became president. The only president that considered youth as student loans. The only president that's created a platform the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. The only president that has carried young people along from when he was governor to when he became president. The only president that considered youth as student loans. The only president that's created a platform for young people to thrive. The only president that has created a economy that benefits everybody. The only president that is not trying to enrich his own pocket. And you're telling me, no.
Yeah, this now isn't the son of the president. Sheyi Tinubu get to talk about him, Papa. The only president, they don't do this one. The only president, they don't do that one. The only president. Excuse me, uncle. Well, Nigerians, it's up to you. Do you believe that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the only president that prioritizes the youth? Youth. Please, how many youths have employment? I do remember that under this administration, quite a lot of companies where Nigerian youths then get job from don't fold up. We have, by the way, we know the majority of the staff strength for Microsoft are young people. Microsoft left Nigeria during his administration. Why? Because of his policies. We don't want to talk about the pharmaceutical companies. We don't leave Nigeria. Other companies will leave Nigeria during his administration. And then the presidency's administration prioritizes the youths. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But all these questions, I'm not going to figure answer to them because I'm not just going to go for you answer to the questions then. But hey, your guess is as good as mine. So maybe we look at them at them. Before I go live with my guest in the next 1 hour or thereabout, make we also please dear call in and let me take your thoughts and reactions to all of these conversations. By the way, let's go straight to what's got to do with Akpabio and what's her name now, Natasha, as the Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, has raised its voice against the purported move to arrest Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and should she get into Abuja. Now, there were revelations recently made by the suspended lawmaker, among which was an alarm claiming there were plans on the way to arrest her. CUPP said that this assertion, if true, cast a dark shadow over Nigeria's democratic landscape, raising serious questions about the state of freedom of expression and movement in the country. Not just him alone, because Femi Falana also talked, not be them alone, because human rights lawyer Femi Falana can say any official probe by security agencies into Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's attendance at the Inter-Parliamentary Union IPU meeting in New York could bring unnecessary embarrassment to Nigeria. Falana's comment is coming following allegations by Senate President Godswill Akpabio that the senator's actions humiliated the government and people of Nigeria. Because of say she go there, because she supposed say her suspension to the internet, she not supposed to go there. Now, the female lawmaker had recently accused Akpabio, of course, we know of sexual harassment, and we know all of those. Now, however, for his inside talk, we say Falana talk. He say Falana warned that the investigation by security forces risk exposing the country to needless embarrassment and undeserved ridicule. Finally, it is public knowledge that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio had accused Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of embarrassing the government and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by reporting her suspension by the Senate to the Inter-Parliamentary Union. That contrary to the jaundiced views, that is the view where we say no well of the Senate leader, it is the official probe of the circumstances of the trip by security forces that will expose Nigeria to needless embarrassment and undeserved ridicule. In case you don't understand. See, when government of Nigeria decide to officially probe waiting make a good deal, say na that one go kukumako embarrass Nigeria more. Because now they go no say corruption full everywhere of Nigeria. Because therefore, they beg the SSS, that is the DSS, and the NIA, they should study the report of the investigation of her illegal travel by, in fact, our Nigeria's illegal travel by Sani Abacha military, the military junta, before embarking on the futile attempt to probe Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for having the temerity to externalize the internal affair of the Nigerian Senate. Hey, how? This matter never end. Because it be like say, the embarrassment upon embarrassment, 90 they bring for Nigeria. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining us. Let me take some comments very quickly. Let me go to your comments now. I begin with Ola Adewale. He says, youth. He said, you, the Agbero youth. Ew. Ew. Okay, the only president that had failed the country. Oh, wow. And then Shina Bakari says, I pity for my country, Nigeria. Allah Adewale says, like father, like son, but who hates the Agbaole? Shame. Terry, John Terry says, Precious, did you open your phone? Yes, my phone lines are open. Yeah, you can join us. Forget about Dokubo. He will support the next governor. Same. He said the same one. Say that we're belly face. Oops. Terry, help me tell Dokubo. Wait. And then this says, yes, he should have made those appointments to the members who did not decamp to APC. And then why are you promoting the kidnap of the chief judge? I'm not promoting that. I am just analyzing situations. Oh, please, that's not true. I'm just analyzing possible options of people, what they may likely do or not do. Wike is bigoted fellow. And I said, may, options open to them, because politics in Nigeria is very dirty. All your politicians play very dirty politics. We know that. And especially our River State people, their politics is even dirtier. Did you not hear the phone calls that happened between the then governor and some, people where governor will consign RISIEC members them have been electoral officers. Yaram. We can only know the beginning of fights. Nobody knows the end. Absolutely. And that's why we're just analyzing what the likely outcome may be. Wike thinks he has monopoly of violence. Does he not? He should go to Ijoland. Okay, and then this here says, Charles Zero says, Dokubo said they allowed the Igbo to govern River State for 25 years. Is Wike Igbo? Don't ask me. If you ask me. And Itama Tito says, Nigeria is captured by Tinubu and his party APC. River State is on a keg of gunpowder and soon may explode. That's what you said. And Terry says, please, Precious, please try come out, everybody. And then he says, why didn't he listen to President? See now. And then Blessing says they will carry what they are looking for. They will carry what they're looking for. They want River State to be declared state of emergency, of course, naturally. That's what everybody wants. Tinubu is hell-bent on destroying Nigeria because of his selfish interests. That's what you think. That's your opinion. I didn't say anything. Okay, Ngozi here says, Sister Prayer, you are blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are blessed too. And Prayer, I greet you. Onyeka, I greet you too. Thank you so much. Tracy, how are you? It's been a long time, Tracy. Greetings, Precious. Tracy, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for coming. I'll go back live again sometime around 6:30 with my guest. He'll be joining us. We'll be looking at the case of the NYC copper. And I have one of Shore guys joining me, Comrade Ayo. We'll look at the case thoroughly and look at the different support that the young lady has galvanized. We'll also look at the statement by 1-8 to the president that said that it should actually be, in fact, like say it should attract that sentence, like say na treasonable offense for her to accuse the president, for a youth come out to accuse the president. We go look at the law waiting behind that treasonable offense, where it's supposed to be for her to accuse the president. All this and more, now we'll look at in the evening. We'll come back later for the live. But for now, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. I love you guys and I cherish you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh dear, now that I want to go, I have a call, but let's see if I can take this call quickly and then we'll wrap up. Hello, good evening, welcome. Yeah. I'm very well, thank you. How about you? How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. This is calling from Feta Serenity.
C2, you don't come out today. How you doing now? You don't tell.
Yeah. I was just remain like this.
It will always remain like this. Network give me dirty the other day. Go ahead. Sir?
Believe me, to be honest, yeah. If Nigeria is a country, we could have been in jail by now. I'm telling you, it breaks my heart when I see all these things weekends doing. But I blame Fubara for some certain things. But I have never loved a governor before, like Fubara, like Fubara. A man, he's still behind bar by now. Answering question, but here we are. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, C2. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, so that's it. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for coming, and I appreciate you guys. I love when I scatter on. I know I love when I be. I will see you now again by 6:30 p.m. when I go day live with Comrade Ayo, hopefully, if not earlier than 6:30. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I see you soon as we go live to talk about the young lady who protested and who, spoke out about how they pain her for waiting on a governor president to do and why inflation they go up and the consequences of her action and what if it happened to her. By the way, this is your first time of joining me. Oh yeah, now subscribe now. Oh yeah, click on the subscription button now. Follow me like your village people. Let's move this ministry to its permanent site. Thank you for subscribing. Follow us like a village people. I'll see you in the next 1 hour, God willing. Have yourself an amazing evening. God bless you and thank you so much. Goodbye.